grade 11s. Today's lesson is information management based. In other words, it is your PAT or your practical assessment task. And we are going to learn how to manage and manipulate information so that you can complete your PAT. So let's take a look at understanding the problem or the task. You remember from grade 10 that the beginning of your PAT project starts with a task definition. And basically what your task definition is being able to understand and rewrite in your own words what is expected of you from the topic. So you are going to take the following into consideration before you write your task definition. You are going to ask yourself why you are doing the investigation, what the focus of your investigation is going to be, how you're going to conduct the investigation, who the information is for, and how you are going to present that information. So now, before you can do that, we need to look at some problem-solving steps. And grade 11s, these problem-solving steps will help you right throughout your school career and your working career one day. So step 1 is you are going to define the task. And we just mentioned that earlier on. Step 2, you are going to find out where and how you can find your information. The next thing is finding the sources and extracting the information. Then you are going to use the information, and last but not least, you are going to evaluate the process and the product. Now, your PAT in grade 11 goes just a little bit more in depth than your grade 10 PAT. So let's look at the role of questions and questioning to determine the information that you need. So before you can go and find your information, grade 11s, you need to ask yourself some questions regarding the information that you need. Now, there are 4 levels of questions. We did this in grade 10. So your level 1 question provides facts. Your level 2 questions give the direction of the investigation. Your level 3 questions support predictions and help with adjustments. And then your level 4 questions support judgments and help to evaluate. So in other words, you would say, what would you recommend if? Or would it be better if? Okay, so those are the 4 kinds of questions that you need to find information. Now, once you've got your questions, you need to go and find the information. Now, there are different sources, okay? Besides the internet, obviously. There are publications. You can go and interview a professional person related to your chosen topic. If you do that, you need to have the person's name. You need to have the date of your interview and the questions and the answers. And you need to say why you are interviewing that person. And then last but not least, to get information in is the use of surveys. Okay, let's look at surveys or questionnaires, okay? When designing a questionnaire, you need to look at the following: the appearance, the question sequence, the wording of the questions, and the response categories. So you don't want people to respond in a long-winded way, because you've got to remember, grade 11s, that the information you take from your questionnaire needs to be put into an Excel spreadsheet and a database. So your questionnaire should also look and be pleasing to the eye of the person who's going to fill it in. Because if I get a questionnaire that's tiny font and it looks messy and untidy, I'm not going to be very willing to fill it in. So it needs to be user-friendly, neatly printed. You need clear instructions. It mustn't have a small font, and it must be to the point. And then your questions need to be put in such an order so that's not going to it's not going to confuse the person that's going to fill it in. And then obviously you need an introduction as to why you are doing the survey. And you need to start with easy, short questions and then move on to your longer questions. Okay, now quality and control of information. We all know, grade 11s, that not all information is reliable. So you need to access more than one source to answer your question, okay? And you can use the following for quality control. Who created the information? can the information be substantiated? In other words, grade 11s, can you find similar information in a different source? Is the information relevant and up to date? It's no use finding something quoted in 2008 because it might not be relevant in 2014. Is it objective and unbiased? And does it cover the topic? Okay, now, once you've found your information, and particularly on a website, you need to use the following to assess how reliable the website is. Okay, so you need to say who supports the website. Is it sponsored by a well-known company? Is it endorsed by a university? Okay, who is the audience? Who created the website? Has the author put their names down? Okay, do they have credentials? Is the content organized? Is the content current? That's quite an important one. Okay, is it easy to navigate around the website? Is it objective? And is it trustworthy? Will you be able to use it? Okay, now what I've done for you is I've done 2 tables that can help evaluate the information that you find. Okay, for a website, the first one is for a website. You can write down the name of the website, the name of the web page, the URL, the author, the date it was created, and the date it was accessed. And then this table is a different kind of media, like a book or a newspaper article. So you would put the title of the book or the magazine, the name of the article, the chapter or the pages, who the author is, the date it was published, and the URL, but only if you got it on the internet. And there are a lot of magazines and newspapers published on the internet. So now once you've done that and you found your information, as we did in grade 10, you need to take that information and we are going to put it into a spreadsheet. Okay, so the responses from your survey get analyzed in your spreadsheet. And remember, grade 11s, that you need to be able to use formulas and functions in your spreadsheet so that you can analyze the data. And again, as we did in grade 10, you need to answer how many, what is the most popular, what is the least common, how many more than, and what is the average. And these are all functions, okay? So what is the least common? You could do small, how many more than, you can do count F, what is the average, you can do average, okay? All that needs to be done in your spreadsheet. Then, an added component to your task in grade 11s, is the database. Okay, in grade 10 you only did a spreadsheet, but in grade 11 we are adding the database as a component. So what you need to do and what you need to remember is you need to design your spreadsheet in such a way that it can be imported into your database. So that means that you don't have to go and retype all the information that you found. Once you've got your database and your table, you need to remember that you need to use appropriate field names and data types. You need to create queries that's going to extract useful information. And you need to create a report with functions. And that grade 11s brings us to the end of how to use your information you found in your PAT project. Thank you for watching.